Hey, it's Eric, and I'm back to show you some of the things that you can do with Slidematch after you've actually got some ratings in there. For this example, I'm going to assume that I want to put together a list of suggestions for online videos that I think would be appropriate for kids. So what I'm going to do is I've gone into video mode here, and I'm going to select. I'm going to use this preset called Kid Stuff. And what this is going to do is it's going to pull out some of the videos that I think would actually be, appropriate for kids. And in this case, I've got there's a few videos on here. If you find that you want to pull out more, this button here is called Dig, and it will go and pull out some even more things. So now I've got even more selected videos that I can potentially suggest. Now, the easiest way for me to make a suggestion in this case is I'm going to actually do an export. And what the export is going to do is it's going to say, okay, I'm going to dump out an HTML listing file, which is a full HTML description with links you can click on to get to these videos. And I'm going to dump this out to some location on disk. You can choose any other location. And what I'm going to export is I've got a choice here. I can select my currently selected videos, which was the list that I just finished building, or I can suggest like the next 80 videos that I've got, or whatever number that I want to set that to, or I can suggest like my top 20. And the top 20 is probably really good if you're just making one suggestion because it'll pick your best ones. If you want to make sure you tune your list and you only want to suggest like a few particular things that you selected, then use the selected. And if you just want to get like a bunch of stuff to grab and go, then use the next. That's probably more appropriate for music. I'll show you that in a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab the top 20 videos that I'm going to suggest. So I just click OK. And this will go and requery and grab like my top 20. And then it will dump it out. Now if I go to my disk where this dumped, you can see I've got this export file here, and if I click on this, then hopefully this shows up. You can see that I've got this long list of nice vids that I can click on, and all of these I know would be reasonably appropriate for kids, at least according to my ratings from before. So that's kind of useful because if you have kids visiting and they're finding stuff on YouTube that you think is probably less than awesome, you can give them a new bunch of stuff to play with. You can also send stuff to your friends. It's really useful for books or movies. And this is a way of getting suggestions to people who are not yet on Slidematch and haven't actually clicked the Get Recommendations button to get their own recommendations. You can still build stuff for them. So I'm going to show you export again for music. With music, you've got a couple of other options which actually are make this kind of useful. So let me just click the export here and show you. So you got the same export directory, so you can still dump it at the same place. In this case, it's defaulting to pull like the next 80 songs matching my retrieval constraints. What's really useful about this is if you want to like just dump like a bunch of music to your phone that you haven't listened to in a while and that you want to match like some particular mood or whatever, this is a really great way to just grab all those things. And in this case, what I'm doing is I'm actually exporting, rather than dumping out a pile of HTML, I'm actually dumping out an M3U playlist. And so the combination, like when I dump out the playlist, say to my phone, then I can actually just, click the playlist and run through all my tunes. And this button here is really useful because it says actually copy my source location file. So what this will do is it will actually copy my music files and the playlist over to this directory that I'm creating. And there's a couple of options here under copying source location files. I can renumber the source files to preserve the ordering. So if I want to have like, all my songs say 01, 02, 03 or whatever, then I can build a playlist off that. So if I want to, say, burn a CD off this directory export, then that's fine. And if I do this multiple times, then I might want to click the delete all existing files, because what that will do is it will clean up whatever I exported last time. It'll delete those, and then it'll export all the stuff that I'm asking for this time, and off we go. So yeah, I guess I can go ahead and do this. I'm actually only going to export. I'll do like my top 20. I'll do like 40 of these. I don't want to sit here copying files forever. But so anyway, I'll click the OK button here. It's going to go query for the export things that I'm going to do, and then you can see up here which files it's copying, and you can kind of see that you know, it takes a little while to copy all the MP3 files over, but that's just how it goes. So anyway, I think we're almost done here. Yep. And so it actually marked these as accessed so that I don't end up listening to them again on Slidematch locally. And so now if I go back to my Slidematch chart, you can see all these MP3 files that I've dumped out. And I can click the M3 file or downloads to my phone or whatever as talked about. So anyway, that's export. Another, you know, as I kind of alluded to there, not overplaying stuff is something that Slidematch is pretty good at. If you look over here, there's this file thing over here called recommendation cycle, and what this does is it won't, like, if something has been played already within, in this case, within a day, it won't match. So once you've played, like once I've played this song, because our recommendation cycle is 1 day, it will only play it once today. So it will play it again tomorrow, but it won't show up in my selection list. Like, it won't get pulled automatically more than once a day. And this is really nice because you can set it to 2 days, a week, a month, because there's a lot of things that are good that you would like to listen to, but you don't want to listen to them all the time. You don't want them to get overplayed. And so this is, you know, kind of useful. This recommendation cycle, if you hit the skip button up here, it will automatically increment this. So, like, if I skip this song today, then this recommendation cycle is going to go to every 2 days, because it sounds, you know, the reason I'm skipping it is probably because, you know, I've listened to it too much. So that's kind of useful. What else we got here? One of the things, like, you'll notice that these fields right now are not editable, but if you want to edit them, you can just click on it and they become editable. Sometimes, depending on what player you're using, it will actually read the MP3 tags out of the file, and if the MP3 tags are different than what was here already, it will you know, open this up for editing and give you the new MP3 values. While you're editing, like, let's say that I you know, totally mess up a name or something like this while I'm editing, you can use this revert button and it will get rid of your changes. Or you can click the save button and it will save your changes and goes back to this, you know, non-editable kind of thing. So that's kind of neat. Another kind of cool doohickey button up here is this furl button. If you find that, like, Slidematch is taking up too much real estate and you've rated a bunch of stuff and all you really want to do is listen to music and you don't want all this stuff on your screen, you can click this and Slidematch gets really small. And then you can still, like, select whatever context you're in. So once you've rated a bunch of stuff and you just want to play some office music, you can just, like, set this to office with this small, and it'll, like, go ahead and just, you know, find that stuff and play it, and that's all you need to worry about. And then if you're listening to something and you're just like, why is this playing? Or if you want to go back to rating, just click the throw button again and open it up. What else we got? This search toggle up here, you'll notice that right now I've got about 2,900 things that I haven't rated yet, so I'm still getting started. This unrated, if I click on this, you'll see that this way, like, if I click on it once, then it circles, and what that will do is it will pull up, now I'm looking at only my unrated music. So if all I want to do is rate stuff, then I can click on, like, I can set this to only pull my unrated things, and then I can sit here and just rate things all day long. If I click on it again, you'll see there's a line through this, and what this means is don't pull up any unrated stuff. And what that means is that I'm not really interested in having any surprises right now. I want things that, you know, match my office thing, and, you know, I don't want stuff that I'm coming in that I haven't rated yet. So those are your, and then you can toggle this back to just, you know, the default, which is that it will pull up rated stuff and unrated stuff just as you go, and then you can rate it as you go, as you know, just like while you're listening. So that's one. Another kind of cool thing is if you find that you're listening to something and you really like the album or the artist, you can actually select the album or the artist, and it will constrain the search. So, for example, if I really like this album, I'm going to go ahead and constrain based on the album. And what this will do is it will go requery, and then it will pull back only the stuff that I've listened to recently that I've got on this album. Now, in this case, I've only got one song, and that means that I've either only got one song from this album or everything else has been played to recently, so it's not showing up in the list. So anyway, and then if I unclick this, it will go back and pull up some other stuff. So that's one thing that's kind of following. You can follow by artist. Let's see. So let's say that I am looking at, like, let's go back to constraining, based on artist, right? Or actually on album. And you'll notice that, like, probably all my other songs were played to recently because I only had one. But another thing that I can do is I can actually follow these previous and next links down here. So in this case, I'm going to add, like, the previous track to the selected just by clicking on it. And if I go and look at this one, I can see that the previous track was 88. So I'm going to go ahead and add that too. And you'll notice that I'm selecting the song, like, as I'm going, so you don't have to actually totally play this in order. You can just actually go and play one of these directly. So that's probably about it. Let's see, adding extract an album. Yeah, there's basically there's a bunch of stuff in here, and it's pretty neat to play with. So give it a shot, and I'm going to cut this off and maybe make more videos later as I get questions in or people want to see more stuff. Thanks.